Hey, so this is a 61 Greenbrier I picked up. This was the second Corvair I've ever bought. This one I bought probably about 3-4 months, maybe 5 months after I bought the first one. It popped up for sale about an hour north of here. And I think he wanted $1,200-1,500 for it. And didn't have too many pictures of it. And so Joe and I decided that Saturday we took a ride out there to take a look at it, and it was out in the back of his property. He had a bunch of Corvair parts and stuff, and weeds this deep, dried up prickly brush, and it was tires were roached on it. It was just stacked full of parts, 3/4 to the top, all the way back. There was so much stuff in there you didn't even know what was in there. And I kind of walked around, looked at it, and seen that it's kind of dented up there, and there's Bondo. They have a sunroof on here with about 1/4 inch of Bondo and some Bondo here and there. But, you know, I didn't even know what kind of motor was in it because I didn't even want to even pull it out. So, yeah, I talked to the guy. He said he had a title for it. And he had said it ran and drove. Last time it ran and drove, it was out in Nevada at Burning Man. So what I think maybe somebody did is just Bondo it up and throw crazy color paint on it. I think it looked kind of purpley maybe. And they had something welded on the back here. Maybe they had some big thing with lights on it or something for their deal there. And the roof rack, that wasn't on there. I found that somewhere else and sat it on there. But so yeah, we got back in the I got back in the truck, and I says, nah, I'm gonna pass on it. And my wife laughed. She just thought I was kidding, because I'm always buying whatever. And so, and she's like, nah, you're not buying it? I said, no. I says, it's like 110 out. I says, I have to get tires and stuff like that for it. And so I just don't want to deal with it right now. It's just hot. And so the next morning, I think it was Sunday morning, on the phone, he messaged me, $500, come get it. I need it gone. I'm like, all right, $500. I gotta go get it. So I drove out there, I think Monday or Tuesday, and I went and I jacked it up, got the wheels off of it. They actually pulled it up to the front, and he threw more parts even in it. He threw a spider block in it and some parts. But anyways, they pulled it up to the front, which was nice. And so it was kind of on the driveway, and a bunch of weeds and everything stuck in it still. But I had taken the wheels off, jacked it up, found enough rims between what was in it and on it. And I came back down here, and I peeled the rims off, and I cleaned the rust off of them, and I went down to a little tire shop down the road to sell some used tires. And it was hard, they didn't have really any. I think they're 13s, and he didn't have really much laying around. He had some kind of 2 pairs of kind of cruddy ones, and I said, yeah, you know what, I need them. I'll just put them on. So he put them on, and you know, I came out here the next morning in the shop, and I think 2 of them were flat already. I'm like, oh, Jesus, you know, selling me worn out, dried out junk out here. But I went back, and he patched them, and so I went up there, and I got it and put the tires on and loaded it up. This thing was heavy. It just buried down on the suspension, and got it on there and came back and pulled it off here. And then it sat here in a yard. I don't know, I had it over there, I think. And it sat there for probably a year before I even dug into it and see what was all in it. And so, yeah, all the parts from this thing, I went through them. Seems like every vehicle you buy, a Corvair, most of them, unless it's something real nice, you might get a few parts. But every Corvair I buy, I get a truckload of parts, it seems. So I got a 30-foot Connex over there with full shelves, and 95% of it's all Corvair parts. And I got it all, starters here, bell housings and valve cover. I got it pretty sorted out, pretty clean, you know, it's pretty nice. So, but anyways, it's cleaned out. It's got a car motor in it. I don't know. I think I don't know what I'll do with it. I might scrap it and just use it, tear all the glass out of it, and keep all the parts and just put it in my storage container. So, I mean, I got a bunch more old Greenbriers back here, but I'd like the glass for other ones. And out here in Arizona, I went to a place and they get $100 a piece per flat glass. And I forget what the windshield was, like 300, and the wings, it was 1,500 for just all the glass. So $500. And then, like I said, he said he had a title for it. And then So, and he didn't have the title for it. He had the envelope that said this, and it had a truck title in it. So, you know how it goes. Oh, it's always easy to get a title, they say, but you know, it's a bunch of crud, you know, pulling a bond and doing all that stuff. So, you know, the whole title thing was a plus for me. But anyways, this is the second Corvair I bought, and it's just been sitting here, I don't know, two years probably. Moved around a couple places on the property, but them tires are crapped out again on it. And if I want to move it, I'll have to find something else and throw on there. So that's the story behind number 2.